Good morning. Good morning to all the grade 9 children. In the previous class, you have learned about the structure of atom, and we shall go through some important definitions of this chapter. This is the just nothing but the recapitulation of the chapter, and you will be learning a few more new definitions. Don't miss this video. You can watch this video repeatedly 2 to 3 times until you get the definitions. Atomic number denoted by Z, it is defined as number of protons in an atom. Mass number is denoted by A. It is defined as sum of protons and neutrons. So the total number of protons and neutrons present in a nucleus of an atom is known as mass number. How do we represent an element with mass number and atomic number? You can clearly see if X is an element or the name of the element, A denotes mass number and Z denotes atomic number. If you observe, Z is at the bottom, that is left bottom corner, and left top corner is mass number. Once again, mass number is the sum of protons and neutrons of an atom. Whereas atomic number is just only number of protons. So by looking at this, can you know what are the number of neutrons present in an atom? Yes, by subtracting Z from A, that is A minus Z gives you number of neutrons of an element. Here Z is atomic number, that is given as subscript at the bottom. A mass number is given as superscript given on the left hand top corner. What is meant by electronic configuration? It is defined as arrangement of electrons in different shells. The arrangement is the arrangement of electrons in different shells. The arrangement is according to Bohr-Bury rule, that is 2n square. Please check this and correct this. That is not 2n2, it is 2n square. Valence shell. It is the last shell of an atom. For example, in the case of sodium, the electronic configuration is 281, which shows that first orbit 2 electrons, second orbit 8 electrons completely filled, and third orbit only 1 electron. In this, the shells involve the first orbit is named as K, second orbit L has 8 electrons, and M, the third orbit, is having 1 electron. Therefore, the last shell is M, valence shell. So, what are valence electrons? The electrons present in the valence shell of an atom. For example, in the case of sodium, electronic configuration is 281, first shell 2, second shell 8, and third shell, the outermost shell, is 1 electron. So, the number of valence electrons in sodium atom is 1. So, the total number of electrons in the outermost shell of an atom is known as valence electrons. In this, the shells involve K, L, M. The electrons present in valence shell are valence electrons, that are 1 electron in sodium. Then what is meant by valency? Very important one. Valency is the combining capacity of an atom. It depends upon the number of valence shell electrons, that is electrons in the last shell of an atom, that can be seen while writing electronic configuration. We have two types of valency, that is electrovalency and covalence. What is meant by electrovalency? It is the valency that is attained by losing or gaining of electrons. As I have already explained to you, in the third chapter, Atoms and Molecules. For example, in the case of sodium, the atomic number is 11 and the electronic distribution is 2, 8 and 1. So in order to attain stability, it can either lose or 1 electron or gain 7 electrons. So it is easy to lose 1 electron rather than getting 7 electrons. Out of the two options, losing 1 electron is easier, therefore it loses 1 electron and therefore its valency is +1. Covalence meaning it is the valency that is attained by sharing of electrons. So I explained to you in the previous class. Come out of the screen, just listen to me. Metals generally lose electrons to become octet, that is 8 electrons in the outermost orbit. So metals always lose electrons. That losing electrons, how many electrons it loses is the valency. When metals are combining with non-metals generally require electrons to become octet in the outermost orbit. So how many electrons they are getting from other atoms is the valency of that non-metal. When you come to covalent bond, that is when non-metal combines with non-metal, sharing of electrons takes place. How many electrons are being shared by one atom is known as covalency. Let us come back to the screen. It is the valency that is attained by the sharing of electrons. For example, in the case of carbon, it can attain stability by sharing 4 electrons. If we look at the distribution, it needs 4 more electrons, so it completes its octet. Octet meaning 8 electrons in the outermost orbit by sharing 4 electrons. Therefore, its valency is -4. So isotopes. What are isotopes? They are those elements which have the same atomic number but different mass number. We repeat, elements which have same atomic number but different mass number are called isotopes. There are some isotopes. What are the properties of isotopes? The number of protons is the same, the symbol is the same, number of valence electrons and valency is same, but they differ only in the number of neutrons. So what are the applications of these isotopes? Uranium-235 is used as a nuclear fuel. Cobalt-60 is used in the treatment of cancer. Iodine-128 is used in the treatment of goiter. Carbon-14 is used in carbon dating. What is the meaning of carbon dating? This isotope of carbon is used to know to which century or to which year does a particular plant or a species or the fossil belongs to. So using this carbon dating, you can treat goiter, you can treat cancer, and you can use as a nuclear fuel, and also you can find out to which certain thing belongs to which year in the past. For example, in the case of hydrogen, the isotopes are H1, H2 and H3, but atomic number for all is 1 only, but mass number is changing to 1, 2, 3. In case of oxygen, the isotopes are oxygen 16, oxygen 17 and oxygen 18. All have atomic number 8, but they have different mass number, that is 16, 17 and 18. So once again I repeat, what are isotopes? Isotopes are atoms having same atomic number but different mass number. Let us get into what are isotones. They are those elements which have same number of neutrons. Elements which have same number of neutrons are called isotones. For example, carbon, nitrogen and oxygen all have 8 neutrons. They are called isotones. The atomic numbers of various elements along with the electron configuration and valency is given below. Just let us look at this. Hydrogen electronic configuration, as it is having only one electron, 1. Helium is having 2 and valency is 0 because it is a noble gas. It doesn't require any electron to become stable. It is already a stable gas. Lithium 2 1, so plus 1 is the valency. Beryllium 2 2, outermost is 2, so 2 is the valency. Boron 3 is the valency. Carbon, as it is a non-metal that shares with other elements to combine, so minus 4. Nitrogen minus 3, because 2 and 5, how many electrons to be added to 5 to become octet? 3, so it is having shortage of 3 electrons, so minus 3 is the valency. So we call valency as 3, the combining capacity of this atom. Oxygen 2, fluorine 1, neon 0, as it is inert gas. Sodium plus 1, it has 1 excess electron. Magnesium 2 excess electrons in the outermost orbit, so 2 is the valency. Aluminium 3, silicon minus 4, phosphorus minus 3, sulfur minus 2, chlorine minus 1. By minus 1 in the sense chlorine, it has 7 electrons in the outermost orbit, so it requires 1 more electron to become octet. So as there is shortage of 1, minus 1 is the valency. Argon inert gas 0. Potassium plus 1, calcium plus 2. So next topic is, what are canal rays? A beam of positively charged rays that emit from cathode, that is negative terminal of a battery, and travel towards anode when high voltage is passed through a gas at low pressure is called a canal ray. So a canal ray is a beam of positively charged rays that emit from cathode. Cathode is positively charged terminal. So the positively charged rays that come out from cathode are known as canal rays. If an atom contains 1 electron and 1 proton, will it carry any charge or not? No, because if any atom contains 1 electron and 1 proton, it is called neutral atom. It carries no charge. On the basis of Thomson model of an atom, explain how the atom is neutral as a whole. According to Thomson, an atom is regarded as uniform sphere of a positive charge in which negative charge is scattered at certain places. The total positive charge is equal to total negative charge. Therefore, an atom is electrically neutral. On the basis of Rutherford model of an atom, which subatomic particle is present in the molecule of an atom? Proton. So totally we have learnt about the atom contains 3 subatomic particles: electron, proton and neutron. On basis of Rutherford model, proton is present in the atom. So Bohr model of an atom, you can draw nucleus in the center, first orbit, second orbit, third orbit. First orbit n is equal to 1, second orbit n is equal to 2, third orbit n is equal to 3. So maximum number of electrons that can be filled in first orbit immediately after nucleus is 2 electrons, second shell maximum 8 electrons, third shell maximum 18 electrons, and thereon. What do you think would be the observations of alpha particle scattering experiment is carried out using the metal other than gold? Almost all particles will pass undeflected of alpha particle scattering experiment is carried out using a metal other than gold. Name 3 subatomic particles of an atom. Already I explained now. So electron, proton and neutron. Write the electronic distribution or electron distribution of carbon and sodium. Carbon, so total electrons 6, first orbit maximum 2, second orbit remaining 4. Sodium the same, 11 electrons total, first orbit if you fill 2, after that it will occupy second orbit maximum 8, and the remaining third orbit valence electrons 1. If K and L shells of an atom are full, then what would be the total number of electrons in it? K maximum 2, L is maximum 8. 2 and 8 is 10. How will you find valency of chlorine, sulfur and magnesium? So when you write electronic configuration, you can easily find out. Chlorine electronic configuration is 287, valence electrons are 7, and 1 requires to become 8, so 1. So valency meaning the number of electrons needed or having extra to become octet is called as valency. So here sulfur valency is -2 and magnesium valency is +2. Or when we say valency, we don't mention symbol minus or plus, we simply say the number. If the number of electrons in an atom are 8 and the number of protons are also 8, what is the atomic number? What is the charge of an atom? Atomic number is 8 and it has no charge as protons and neutrons are equal. With the help of the table, find mass number of oxygen and sulfur atoms. So 16 is the mass number of oxygen and sulfur 32. Write the electronic configuration of any pair of isotopes and isobars. Isotopes chlorine 35 and chlorine 37. Electronic configuration of chlorine is 287. Isobars, argon and calcium have 40 mass number. They are called isobars. 288 and 282 are the electronic configuration. Compare the properties of electrons, protons and neutrons. So electrons have charge 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb, which is same for proton. So charge for electron is negative, charge for proton is positive, but both have same charge, but mass is differing. Mass of proton is 2000 times more than that of electron, and neutron has almost similar mass as that of proton. So what are the limitations of J.J. Thomson model of an atom? J.J. Thomson model could not explain the distribution of charges and stability of an atom. What are the limitations of Rutherford model? According to electronic, here limitations meaning disadvantages. According to electronic configuration or electromagnetic theory, any charged particle when revolves in a circular path continuously emits energy and shortens its path. Finally, it has to fall. As we know that an electron is also a charged particle revolving in a circular path, so it should also emit energy. So, as it is shortening its path and should finally fall into the nucleus, but this is not happening in an atom. So, this is an limitation or disadvantage of Rutherford's model. Bohr's atomic model of an atom. According to it, atom is electrically neutral, that is, number of protons is equal to number of electrons. In the center of an atom, nucleus is present which is positively charged. In nucleus, protons and neutrons are absent. Sorry, in nucleus, protons and neutrons are present. Protons are positively charged, neutrons are no charge, and electrons are negatively charged. Outside the nucleus, shells or energy levels. So, particular shell has particular energy. These are the postulates given by Niels Bohr. So, number of electrons that can fit maximum in each orbit are given by Bohr-Bury rule 2n square. So you have to summarize the rules for writing electronic configuration in various shells for the first 18 elements, as I have already given to you. First maximum 2, second maximum 8, third maximum 18, and so on. You have to follow 2n square rule. So with this, we conclude this chapter of structure of atom or atomic structure. Thank you.